Now I will try to present some neurological cases. And this presentation is about brain lobes functions. I put some cases with brain tumors, and each of them are in specific lobes. So we will try to match cases with these lobes. And it's not a medical science presentation. Appeals to anyone, neuroscience and interested in neuroscience and general knowledge about brain lobes. I will ask from med students to wait a little bit before answering the questions. Try to match cases with brain lobe tumors. Let me briefly talk about lobes. And there are 4 lobes. Frontal lobe, it's about thinking, memory, and behavior and movement. Parietal lobe is about language and touch. Occipital lobe is about vision. Temporal lobe, hearing, learning, and feeling. Other 2 of part of the brain is not included in this presentation. And it's a quick introduction, but we will get through during the cases. Okay. It's a puzzle that you will solve. I'm just a moderator. As much as you involve the presentation, it will be much more enjoyable than if not, it will finish quickly. So let's begin. It's our first case. Please read it. Then you can share some of your comments. Then I will try to go through that and help you to solve. Just read it. You can share your ideas whenever you want in chat. I prefer your talking, but if you get shy or something else, you can write just to chat. And do you have any idea now? Okay, then let me help you. There is a problem in vision and problem in visual field, examination relevant right inferior quadranotopia in both eyes, which is in right inferior homonymous quadranotopia mean there's the patients can see right inferior part of his or her vision. She's female, and the headache were more prominent over left side. Do you have any suggestion about which lobe is that patients have tumor?
Occipital lobe.
Yes, great. Who was that? Yes. And you can write through all of the participants. I saw just a message directly to me. Great. Yes, it's occipital lobe because it's about all visual functions and assess distance, size, and depth, mapping the visual world, determining color and properties. And you're right. Then, second question, which side of occipital lobe does affect it?
Left part?
Yes, great. Why?
Because our eyes like see the opposite. For example, if it's our right eye, it's the left part. If it's the left eye, it's the right part.
Great. And Yes, as you said, there is a optic chiasm which visual field informations decussate and going to other side of the brain. Like you see in the right side of the vision, just going through the left side of the brain. It's amazing. Good job. Second one. It's a little bit harder. Yes, I received some suggestion, guess, but it's a little bit challenging. Let me go through that. Now I want you to focus on these two sentences. Answer are in them.
Can I say? I think it might be cerebellum.
It's in lobes. Okay, let me go through them. Then we will make a pool. Then I will take your suggestions again. Okay, just focus on she was confused with incoherent speech. Yani anlamsızca konuşuyor. It can talk fluently but incoherent. And I just give some little bit more clues. There are two talking center about talking, which one is Broca and another is Wernicke. One of them is in temporal, another is in frontal lobe. So I will show two videos to you, and I will ask you to which lobe do you think, which area it can be.
Is it Wernicke's aphasia?
Okay, it might be.
Thank you.
May I say something?
Yes, of course.
Because the patient does not have any trauma, I think, and because it has a history of colon cancer, it's probably tumor on the left side of the brain. I assume because the cortex has been damaged, injured. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, good job. I'm not saying directly the answer now because we will make a pool. Then you will see the answers. But there are lots of guests. I'm very happy to see them. Okay, let me watch you the videos. First one is Broca aphasia. Just
So
watch
Clara,
and
how did you get your injury?
match with our cases.
Home. Dizzy. Lightheaded. Fall. Friend. Call 911. Ambulance. doctor, stroke, right, side,
Okay. As you see, she, sorry. She's talking about the questions. She answering the questions in coherently, but not fluently. She her sentences about the questions, but she is not able to say the sentences fluently. It's Broca aphasia. Now, second one is Wernicke aphasia.
So Clara.
Let me watch that.
Hi, Byron. How are you?
I'm happy. Are you pretty? You look good.
What are you doing today?
We stayed with the water over here at the moment and talked with the people for them over there. They're diving for them at the moment. They'll save in the moment. He'll have water very soon for him. With luck for him.
So we're on a cruise and we're about to
We
get to
will
Juneau.
store it right here and they'll save their hands right there for them.
And what were we just doing with the iPad?
Right at the moment, they don't show a darn thing.
With the iPad that we were doing. Like here?
I'd like my change for me and change hands for me. It would happen. I would talk with Donna sometimes. We're out with them. Other people are working with them. I'm very happy with them.
Okay, he is talking fluently, but his sentences are irrelevant. Mhm. Lots of gas and true gas is coming from you. Oops. Okay. Sorry. We missed the pool, but there are lots of true answers. So I'm happy to see them. It's temporal lobe. It's about production of speech and speech comprehension and recognized language. And it's a Wernicke aphasia, so it's about temporal lobe problem. And which side of the temporal lobe? We don't have pool about that, just you can just directly say. And let me go back to the case.
Can I say it or
Yes, please.
left side?
Why do you think that? Why do you say left?
Because the left side has to do with speaking in
Mhm.
general. So I think it would be rational to think that it's left side. I don't have
Okay.
like a set
Mhm.
reason. It's speech, so it's aphasia, so that's why it's left side. And I think in the video, he had no problem using his right hand. So
She is traveling with walking and weakness in right upper and lower extremity. What do you think about that?
just a second.
Okay, it's left, you are right. And language center suggestion is great. Wernicke is on the left side, it's great. And another clue was she reported difficulty in walking and weakness in right upper and lower extremity. And I want to emphasize also another clue about side is there is decussation of pyramidal tract, which is controlling the motor functions. It's coming through one side of the brain to other side of the body. So there are two clues, which one is Wernicke and other is the decussation. So you are doing great job. Thank you very much. Okay. It's treatment. It's about treatment, progressive neurological worsening, and increased lesion size. Let the partial tumor resection through the craniotomy to remove intracranial hypertension, which was unsuccessful, and the patient could not survive after the procedure. It's sad. Okay, another one. It's not a direct story, but there are the problems. Okay. I took it from a journal. It's a article about 28 patients with a similar same problem in tumor in a specific lobe, and some symptoms are listed here. And I just insert some medical term. Okay, if we will say a general problem in which sensation the patients have, I mean, it can be vision, hearing, or taste, or touch, or smell. Which one would you say?
Sense of touch is impaired.
Yes, great. And okay. Okay, Ahmetcan, we can start the pool. Which lobe do you think is responsible for touch? Just please answer the pool. Do you see pool?
I couldn't submit it.
I also not seeing that. Ahmetcan?
Actually, 30 participants submitted, now 35.
Oh, I don't see that. Can you see the ratio to me?
Yeah, should I end it right now?
Okay, yes, please.
Okay, and I'm sharing them right now. Can you see?
No.
Okay, 74% says parietal lobe,
Mm-hmm.
and the others are so low.
Okay, great. It's a great job. Okay, it's a parietal lobe, and it's about homunculus. As you see, it's the motor and sensory part of the brain, cortex. And blue one is motor cortex, and the red one is sensory cortex. I mean, the part of the cortex. And no, it's blue is sensory and red is motor cortex. Sorry, and for motor cortex we say precentral gyrus, and the sensory postcentral gyrus. And it's about the problem with sensory. So as you see, and it's from beginning in the inside of the cortex with food, feeds, and going through the head to the outside part of the brain. So parietal lobe is responsible for touch, and its parietal lobes. There are lots of responsibility that the parietal lobe has, but the touch is the most important one. And it's the pre and post-operative findings. As you see, there are lots of improvement about symptoms, but tumor resection does not always solve the problems. Okay, another one. Okay, do you have an idea?
Temporal lobe
Might be,
might be, I'm not sure, but
can be. And yes, Emir Göcen raised a hand. Yes.
Maybe frontal lobe because she has some memory disturbances.
It might be. Good. Okay, here's the clue. Ahmetcan, can you start the pool?
Can you see right now?
I can't. You can tell me.
Okay.
Okay, we can finish. What's the ideas?
63% says it's frontal lobe and 31% says it's temporal lobe.
Can you say again?
63% say it's frontal lobe and 31% says temporal lobe.
Okay, it's great job. It's frontal lobe. It's responsible for memory and especially behavioral behaviors. And frontal problems commonly demonstrate psychiatric symptoms, including mood disorder, psychosis, memory issues, personal change, anxiety, and anorexia nervosa. And it's frontal lobe. So here's a story. Today's. It's important because it's the story where all of them coming from. Maybe some of you heard that. In 1848, a 25-year-old railroad worker named Phineas Gage was blowing up rocks to clear the way for a new rail line to the Cavendish. He would drill a hole. Yes. Place explosive charge, then pack its sound using the 13-pound metal bar known as a tamping iron. But in this instance, the metal bar created a spark that touched of the charge that in turn drove his tamping iron up and out of the hole, through his left cheek, behind his eye sockets, and out of the top of his head. And Gage didn't die, but the tamping iron destroyed much of his brain, left frontal lobe, and Gage's once even tempered personality changed dramatically. Pre-accidentally, Gage was hardworking, responsible, and great favorite with a man in his charge, and his employers having regarded him as the most efficient and capable foreman in their employ. After accident, his fitful, irreverent, indulging at the times in grossest profanity, which was not previously his custom, wrote John Marty Harwell, the physician who treated Gage after the accident. And in this demonstration, you see the problem. The iron just going through his head and damages the frontal lobe. And he has some personality changes. He also notes Gage's memory and general intelligence seemed impaired after the accident, outside of the delirium exhibited in the first few days. This sudden personality transformation is why Gage show up in many medical textbooks, says Malcolm Macmillan, and honorary professor at the Melbourne School of Physiological Sciences, and author of The Odd Kind of the Fame. He was the first case where you could say fairly definitely that injured brain produced some kind of change in personality. And it's all brain lobe functions are started to defining and differentiated between them. And okay, we solve some cases. I tell you a story. Then there are MRI images with all of the case. I will want you to match these MRIs with the cases and consider that right is left, left is right in MRI findings. As you see, this is the right part and this is the left part of the brain. So there are 4 of them. Just please try to match all of them. Then we will go through one by one. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. You just say one is about the first or one is about the parietal lobe. Any guess? Any idea? Okay, go through one by one.
I can say only the third one is, it must be occipital lobe.
Yes, great. And which side?
Good question. Which side? Oh,
We say right is left, left is right. So tumor is here. So which side would you say?
left part.
Yes, it's left occipital lobe tumor. Deniz Sarıkaya is and
Number 4.
sorry?
Number 4 could be temporal lobe.
Yes, and which side?
Left side.
Yes, okay, great.
First one is frontal lobe, and it's right side.
Yes, great.
And the second one is prefrontal lobe, and it's left side.
Yes, you said it's left side. In case we didn't say any side, because it was about 28 patients, but according to this image, you are right. Just go through one by one. You say is temporal lobe and left temporal lobe. It's great. A second one, occipital lobe. It's about case 2. Actually, case 1. Just don't mind it. It's in left occipital lobe, and it's about parietal lobe. There are lots of image from different patients. And last one is frontal lobe and right frontal lobe. Okay, thank you very much. It's my resources. And do you have any suggestion about my presentation? Because I can change. I love to hear that, because tomorrow I will perform another one. I will consider your suggestions.